22 points to 19. Toulon get the win away from home in Glasgow, one of the toughest places to win a rugby game nowadays for club rugby. What a win for Toulon, a really disappointing loss for Glasgow Warriors. Wow, what a game of rugby. I am reacting to this game as immediately after the final whistle, so all my emotions and thoughts are just absolutely raw right now. But what a win for Toulon. That was an upset. That was absolutely an upset. If you see the way that the Toulon players reacted to the win, if you see the way that they reacted to the tries, they knew they had a mountain to climb in this game. They know they had a steep mountain to climb to try beat this extremely dominant Glasgow Warriors team, but they did it. 11th in the top 14, that doesn't matter. They know the Champions Cup is where they can really get some success this year. They went out there and they absolutely took it to Glasgow. They were ferocious on defense. They were really potent on attack. All their big time players that they signed big contracts with played like big time players today. Kyle Sinclair was good with ball in hand. David Ribbons was good with ball in hand. The scrum was alright from Toulon. Ben White played some phenomenal rugby. Baptiste Serene, when he came onto the field, made a really good impact. Galdrian scoring tries again. Thomas Albanos showing why he is the guy at number 10 for Toulon. A really good performance from all the players. Charles Olivon leading from the front. I mean, Toulon today showed why they are such a heavyweight in the Champions Cup. I mean, historically, Toulon is one of the best teams in the Champions Cup, if not the best team in history in the Champions Cup. And they just showed why they have that legacy today. They know how much this tournament means to them. 22 points to 19. What a win for Toulon. Obviously, the way the game started, I knew Toulon was up for it. As soon as the first whistle blew for the game, they came firing out the gates. They were ready to go. Glasgow didn't play bad either. That's the thing. A lot of people will probably say that Glasgow played bad today. That's not the case. I think Toulon just played exceptionally well. They really took it to Glasgow, took the opportunities, and this game was hanging in the balance for a lot of the time. There wasn't really one team that played much better than the other team, but this is what you love about playoff rugby. This is what you love about quarterfinal knockout rugby. The game is going to hang in the balance. Sometimes the better team might not even win on the day, but it's all about those big moments. Can you kind of make less mistakes? Can you take your opportunities when they are on offer? I mean, a clear indication of that. Toulon right now, Nacho breaks with the little line break, scoring a try nearly from his own 22-meter line by himself. Glasgow will really go back to the drawing board for that one because they cannot let that happen again. The URC playoffs are soon. They cannot let a mistake like that happen again soon because Toulon were up for it today. And when a team is up for it like that, if you give them any sniff of an opportunity, they absolutely are going to take it with open arms. And Toulon did. I mean, Toulon came out today and played almost as if they were the home team. They didn't care about the away crowd. They didn't care about that. Yes, they had some good travelling support, but they didn't care about the crowd they were playing in the hostile environment. They went out there and they played with so much confidence, so much passion, and they played some really good rugby today. This Toulon team today, it kind of clicked for them a little bit. It looked a bit different to what it normally looks like for them in the top 14. They've been playing a little bit more of a slower brand of rugby, especially leading up to now in the year, but now today they were running the ball from all over. You saw some crazy offloads. I mean, David Ribbons, the way he can get the ball away, he looked absolutely phenomenal today. Charles Olivon was putting in huge hits. The guys were really working hard for each other from the Toulon side, but from the Glasgow Warriors side as well, Dan Lancaster I thought had a pretty good game. He's a guy I haven't really seen much of, but he was breaking the line. He looked dangerous with the ball in hand. His kicks out of hand were good. The 9 for Glasgow as well, he was quite good. Maybe sometimes a bit 50-50 on his decisions, but overall he did do well. It is very difficult to replace a guy like George Horn, and I do think maybe they did miss him today, but otherwise the guys that were in for him still did a very good job today. Matt Fagerson had a good game. Jack Dempsey was busy today. Rory Dodge played a phenomenal game, and we did say leading up to this that the loose forward battle was going to be really immense in this game. It was going to be a huge loose forward battle, and to be honest, both the loose forwards played really well today, but Rory Dodge had a phenomenal game. But just looking at some of the key individual performers from this game, Galdrian with 10 points, he also scored 2 tries obviously. David Ribbons with 16 carries, Rory Dodge with 21 completed tackles. He was everywhere. Ben Afshar with 117 successful passes. Galdrian with six defenders beaten. I mean, that is pretty damn good. He had a really good game today, and he's been very good over the last 2 weeks. Junior Kapoku with 3 turnovers, and he really surprised me. I haven't really seen much of Junior Kapoku. To be honest, he is a very good player, and I could probably see why the England clubs want him back so bad, because he could definitely be a contender for the England jersey going forward. I think he is British. I am sure about that. I think he did play under 20 level there, but he is a really good player, and I really liked what I saw from him today. Once again, Galdrian with 2 line breaks. So overall, The Toulon players were really standing out individually today. I mean, tackles made, Charles Olivon with the most tackles in the game with 27. Juan Ignacio breaks, Nacho breaks with 22. He also had a phenomenal game. And just all the Toulon players are all over the board in this game. It just feels like maybe Glasgow, they were up for it, but maybe they thought it was going to happen a lot easier than it actually happened in the game. They maybe thought, okay, well, we have the respect now because we are Glasgow Warriors. We're playing at home. Things will go our way. It just seemed a little bit like they were kind of expecting things to go their way instead of going out there and getting it for themselves. Normally this Glasgow team is going out there, making plays, taking the game away from the opposition team, but today it felt like Toulon was the team really making those big plays and trying to take the game away from Glasgow. It did seem like Glasgow was maybe not out of it, but just taken aback a bit by how good Toulon played today, by how they pitched up. I mean, Nacho breaks was phenomenal today. Gaudry, and as you can see by all the stats, was phenomenal. Charles Olivon was all over the park. And the individual big performers, the big names from Toulon today, really just stood out and showed why they deserve that big paycheck, why they deserve that big money. And it showed. Yes, you can say, oh, but these guys have such big budgets. Glasgow is the favourite going into this game. They're number one in the URC. They've been winning all the games at home. They've basically been undefeated at home for a while now. They're a very difficult team to beat at home. They looked good in patches throughout the game. They just couldn't get through the Toulon defensive line. I mean, that Toulon defense today was absolutely solid. It's just like Glasgow couldn't break through the line. When they did get those half breaks and those small breaks near the end of the game, Toulon was so good at working back on defense and getting the crucial turnover in the crucial points, crucial times in the game that it almost made that line break irrelevant from Glasgow, where I think Glasgow today was maybe they weren't as good as capitalizing on the mistakes of Toulon. They weren't as good as capitalizing on opportunities that they create for themselves. And I think Glasgow will go back to the drawing board to make sure that this doesn't happen again. It might be a bit of a blessing in disguise because trying to go for the Champions Cup final while trying to win the URC, it is a lot in the middle of both competitions. I think maybe it might be a bit of a blessing in disguise for this Glasgow team because they are the favourites to win the URC probably right now. And I think now that they are out of the Champions Cup, all the attention can go to the URC. But on the other hand, Toulon, they're 11th in the top 14. They're not in the relegation zone. They're not near the relegation zone right now. So they can maybe play a few of their players still in the top 14, try get a better result in the top 14, but really go full in to the Champions Cup. I mean, this Toulon team has won it before. And to be honest, this Toulon team that's playing right now, this exact team, yes, they have been struggling in the top 14, but they have the players that can do something really special. So whoever wins between Leinster and Sale, I think it probably will be Leinster, will have a very, very tough game on their hands against a very confident, charged up Toulon team that's won 2 big games in a row now. They beat Stormers at home, and the Stormers did pitch up for that game. That was actually the game that the Stormers finally played some good rugby, and they beat a very dangerous, star-studded international Glasgow team at home. So, I mean, a very good performance for Toulon, a very disappointing performance for Glasgow. But if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I mean, wow, what a win for Toulon. What a disappointing loss for Glasgow. But this is Champions Cup rugby, and that's why we love it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.